If you're a business owner that's entered the business world owing to your passion for your good or service and not necessarily having the highest degree of business acumen, well then this video is for you. In this video, we're going to be discussing one of the most fundamental concepts of business money realities, and that is the concept of cash flows versus profits. Being financially literate, including having literacy on the topic of cash flow versus profit, is going to be a tremendous asset to you as a business owner. And again, in this video, we'll be talking about the business concept of cash flow versus profit. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Pamela Metani, and I'm a business lawyer of many years and the founder here at Graphene Business Law, a law firm offering business law services to entrepreneurs and business owners, and serving business owners and entrepreneurs virtually and throughout the province of Ontario, Canada. If you're new to our YouTube channel, you're going to want to like this video, show your support, and of course, click subscribe. We post content here on YouTube multiple times a week that is free educational content for business owners and entrepreneurs. And I'm going to say it, I don't know any other lawyer doing the same. And if you find them, tag them down below, because I'd love to know who else is pumping out this much content for your benefit. Now, let's get to the topic. Cash flow versus profit. What is cash flow, first of all? Cash flow speaks to the amount of money coming in and out of your business over a certain period of time. A conventional way to talk about it is monthly cash flow, for example. How much money is coming in and how much money is going out. Cash flow makes for a good indicator of a company's health. If you will, cash flow metrics are like the lungs of the company. How well are you breathing day to day? How well are you breathing? How well are your lungs expanding and contracting on the daily? The lungs of your business, of course, being what's the lifeline of your business? The dollar signs, right? So some items, for example, what you could see on a cash flow statement would include cash flow from operating activities. So how much money is coming in owing to the goods or services you provide. If you have other cash in your business reserves, for example, how much cash flow is being produced as a result of you investing those funds, because you shouldn't really let too much money sit there, and that's not financial advice, that's just a reality of the times we live in and interest rates and things like that. You don't want to let money sit around for too long. And of course, the cash flow is also going to show, so not just money in that you're making from sales and things like that, cash flow is also going to show money out. That's why it's a cash flow statement and not a cash in statement, right? We want to look at the whole flow in and out. So in terms of money out, you're going to be paying for inventory, for example. There are funds being locked up in accounts or bills outstanding, for example, right? So all of these items, whatever dollar goes in and out of your business, again, on a monthly cash flow statement, is going to show the health of your business's lungs, okay? Profit, on the other hand, big picture, is looking at two things: revenue and expenses. Items, again, that would contribute to revenue, so there's going to be some overlap there, would certainly include how much money you have earned by selling your good or service. Expenses would include a lot of things like marketing or advertising expenses, expenses of fixed costs like your rent or staff. So the list, there's long lists that go into both statements, right? It's not that a cash flow statement is 5 lines and a profit statement is 5 lines, but they are measuring different things, big picture. And profit, by the way, can be determined as annual profit, monthly profit. There's different definitions for that as well. Now, how do the two work together? Of course, in a best case scenario, we want to see positive profits that are on the significantly positive side, right? Like, we don't want to see that, although you see these crazy stories on Shark Tank of companies losing millions of dollars a year and all of that, but in the ideal world, you want to see substantial profits that are aligned strongly with the revenue you're bringing in. For example, if a business is making $1 million a year, but their expenses are $999,000, is it really that dream situation to be in business for $1 of profit a year. That's not going to reflect well on your financials when you go to the bank, when you try to take out loans, things like that. Now, of course, there's different ways to slice profit. For some business owners in profit, they're including salary to themselves. Some business owners don't pay themselves because they're just so much into that hustle and grind, so that at the end of the year, literally, they're going to have that dollar to scrap with, right? So, but that's not the goal we're aiming for here. Not only does the dollar sign of profit reflect on your financial success and your personal success as a business owner and the lifestyle you could be living. Of course, you know, having a more opulent lifestyle with the profit number being higher. But it's also going to be helpful when you go to a certain institution in particular called the bank, right? When we go to the bank, you're going to want to show, it's always going to help you to show higher profits as opposed to lower. Now, on the cash flow side, those business statements are really healthy for the bank as well. So it's not enough, and I want to make clear, it's not enough just to have significant profits, if you will, because without the monthly cash flow, the positive cash flow, how are you going to be able to declare an annual profit, right? So that's why I mean the cash flow is like the breathing, the lungs of your business. You should have serious cash flow coming in and out of the business every month. And when I say serious, I'm not talking about the highest dollar figure here, like I was talking about with profit. You should have steady and reliable money coming in and out every month in a way that obviously cash flow coming in is higher than cash flow going out. I know of business owners that have been rejected from getting loans and from growing their businesses despite having good profits, but because the cash flow didn't back it up. So that's going to create a question mark situation for the bank. Well, how are you declaring annual profits if there's no money coming in and out of your business every month? There's 12 months in a year, no money coming in and out. Each of those 12 months, 12 times 0 is 0. So how are you going to get an annual profit, right? So that's one way I think about it in terms of cash flow being that breathing capacity every single month. You know, you as a human being need to breathe every minute of every day, and so should your business be. Of course, not needing to earn $1 every minute. You know, business landscapes look different for different successful individuals. Somebody can sell a mural, you know, draw a hand-painted mural for $30,000 a month, and that's something they did once. So that's like one breath, but it's the regularity of breath that we're looking for on the cash flow side. And again, that will contribute over time to a positive profit. There are ways in which it wouldn't necessarily, but overall, if you have healthy positive cash flow every month, it's going to contribute to a healthy positive profit at the end of the year. And when it comes to profit, we see the annual term a little bit more than, you know, monthly profits, weekly profits. I don't know any business owners calculating, you know, weekly profits, for example. Whereas with cash flow, the shorter time periods are more common because, again, you want to keep your finger on that pulse, make sure that the business is breathing. Of course, you're going to have follow-up questions on, well, how do I increase the cash flow? How do I make more money? How do I do things like that? There's content we've put out on this channel about how to increase your customer acquisition, how to acquire more customers, how to be a more skilled business owner. Those topics are topics just as this one that you can better educate yourself on. In terms of, again, getting back to the cash flow and profit scenario, in case of which of those you should keep a bigger focus on, I would suggest that you keep your eye on both of those metrics, and of course enroll the requisite help if you're not sure how to do it yourself, although you can learn how to do it yourself, including on free platforms like Coursera, literally offering free courses from Harvard and Yale professors. Zero affiliation is what I have with them, but a lot of appreciation is what I have towards that company. So there are ways for you to learn to have this basic computing in place for yourself. Although, of course, even with that, you should double check your work with a certified professional, for example, in this case, an accountant. And the benefit of you having learned the skill, however, is that you don't need to pay the accountant, you know, every week or every month to review your books. You could pay them for far fewer hours at the end of the year, owing to the amount of work you've put into reviewing your own financials. Another follow-up question you might have is, well, just tell me, which one does the bank pay more attention to? Actually, that one, you can literally Google what matters more, cash flows or profit statements, and you're going to get every other article giving you a different answer. Some would argue that the cash flow, like I mentioned, I know individuals that have been rejected from acquiring loans or growing their business owing to cash flow issues. Because some would argue cash flow matters more because profit, can be manipulated by making it look like certain of your assets are worth more than others, or certain, revenues by calculating them for a period of time that is narrower, for example, as opposed to a lengthier period of time. There are ways to manipulate all financials, first of all, but profit statements in particular, people are leery about how, there seems to be a consensus online that profit statements can be manipulated, whereas cash flow is more showing the nitty-gritty of your business every day. So there's one vote toward the cash flow statements, and another vote, of course, is the profit, because as a business owner, if you're bringing home these sums amount of money, hopefully healthy and impressive sums amount of money, then that can only be indicative of success, right? That's what the other school of thought says. So the answer to that big picture is going to be call literally a financial advisor close to you. They're hired by the bank, so the benefit of that is it costs you $0 to talk to them. So go talk to them for free. And if you're looking at growing your business through a loan, which is something you should be really careful about, and I'll link a video up here as to why. But if you're looking at, again, growing your business through a loan, or growing your business in some way that involves the bank owing to capital reasons, then you should start doing your homework by talking to a bank employee for free, okay? And I'll leave this video there. I hope it was a little bit helpful. First of all, including in the reality of distinguishing that these are different financial statements and reflecting different financial realities of your business, although there is overlap to them. But one healthy, or one good way to distinguish, at least that I use, is that the cash flow is going to show me a more zoomed in picture of the business, whereas the profits are going to show me a more zoomed out picture of the business. But both should have some semblance to each other to indicate that there's nothing, fishy going on in the background, whether intentional or not. Sometimes you might have an issue in your business that you don't even know until you look at your own financials. But if you have any other questions about cash flow statements versus profits, you feel free to ask them down below, and maybe someone from our Graphene Business Law YouTube community will answer them. And of course, I do read all the comments myself as well. And if you think there's a difference that I missed, please let me know. Again, this video is not specific financial advice or specific legal advice, so it was not the point to, read over a textbook in this video as to the differences between the two. But I hope that, when you're out there Googling ways when you're Googling, differences between cash flow statements and profit statements, for example, because maybe it's your first time in business and you want to become more financially literate in a way that becomes commensurate with this passion for your good or service that you're providing. I hope that if this video comes up, it's helpful to you, again, including differentiating that these are two different items, but also for all the suggestions, and all the practical tips on the fact that you can further enhance your education on these financial topics, literally for free with courses online, literally for free with talking to, the requisite financial advisors and employees and things like that. I'll end the video there. Give this video a big thumbs up, and please click on the subscribe button down below. It helps more than you know, and it certainly helps the ominous almighty YouTube algorithm so very much. So thank you for watching, and if you're a business owner or entrepreneur in the province of Ontario looking for legal services and legal advice, you can visit our website, graphenebusinesslaw.ca, find ways to contact us there and get in touch. And of course, send us an email at info@graphenebusinesslaw.ca. Thank you for watching.